this is a bit of a different video, and I have to leave for work in about half an hour. So we're going to try to record this on the third take, and we'll see where this goes. The thing I strongly dislike about myself the most is that I feel guilty for things that no one should ever feel guilty for. As a high schooler, there's a lot of people that I come to realize I don't like, or that I do like, and that I do want to hang out with and have in my life. And some of these people happen to be friends with people that I'm friends with. You know, the people that I don't particularly want to involve myself with. And you do have a reason why, but then the person that you're talking to about it will come out and say, well, they didn't do anything to me. Like, that's great, but I still don't like them. It's not going to make me change my opinion of them, and then I feel guilty for it not changing my opinion. Especially if it's coming from someone that I'm close with, which I think is really stupid. No one should ever have to feel bad for not changing their opinion. Like, if they stand by something, that's great, because a lot of people won't stand by anything. Because it's usually if I don't like someone's personality, if I don't like the way they treat someone, or if I don't like the way that they treat me personally, I won't really be a fan of them. Because even in that sense, if I just don't like someone because of the way they act, then I have someone else telling me, oh, well, you don't really know them, so your opinion is invalid. Then I feel guilty and bad and stupid for having an invalid opinion, quote unquote. Obviously. Because of these random, like, spurts of guilt that come upon me, it always results in me feeling bad for having opinions about other things too. Like music, for example. Everyone has different tastes in music, and that's fine, but I'm not the type of person to walk around knowing every single lyric to every Beatles or Queen song, whereas some of my friends are. And the second I say, oh, well, my favorite band is Panic at the Disco, and I also really like Bastille, I get the, oh, what about the Beatles? Then my answer is always, I don't know many songs by them. I know 2. And they're usually the really, really popular ones. But that doesn't mean I like them. And then, of course, you get, well, they're real music. They're what music really is. And I'm just like, okay, that's great. Thank you for your opinion. That's wonderful. That doesn't mean I'm just going to wake up one day and be like, you know what, I had a revelation. To try to impress these people's ideas of what perfection in music is, as an example. And that happens a lot. For the most part, these ideas of feeling guilty for having an opinion, I guess, do stem from not wanting to be judged. I definitely think that is a big thing. No one wants to be judged. Everyone really just wants to fit in, even a little bit. And there's so many people in the world who will try to deteriorate someone else's opinion, which I think is terrible. Like, how about listening to this? And there's just things like that that people don't quite get. Because you think something is boring doesn't mean everyone else will. Or just because you think that something is absolutely amazing, everyone has to listen to it, doesn't mean everyone wants to. Same thing if you're friends with someone who's friends with someone that you are not a fan of. If they try to tell you, well, they're a really good person to me, you don't have to change your opinion. I'm not saying be a total rude person to anyone that you don't like. It's just you don't have to be friends with them if you don't want to. Just like if you don't like a certain song because everyone else does, you don't have to like that song because everyone else does. That's fine. Guilt is a really, really stupid thing, especially in stupid situations. No one should have to quadruple guess themselves because someone says, well, the music you are in love with isn't real music, so sorry. Which people do say quite a bit, and I'm just like, whoa. You need to not. Or if someone says, well, you don't really know this person, so your opinion is automatically 100% invalid. I also get that a lot, quite a bit. Despite feeling this way on a day-to-day basis, again, about really ridiculous things, I suppose, from my perspective at least, I do know 100% for a fact I can have my own opinion and not feel guilty for it. But a lot of people, there's two types of people in this situation. Either you have an opinion, I have an opinion, I'm just going to respect it and move on, so we can both have our own sides, we can still talk about it without ripping at each other's throats. Or there's the person who says, you don't like that TV show, what is wrong with you? Which people who I already was not fond of had the nerve to say this to me just because everyone else was obsessed with this specific TV show or thing or whatever. They had the nerve to tell me that something was wrong with me because I didn't agree with them. And they thought that I took it as a joke, which I didn't. I was obviously not amused by it. But then I ended up feeling bad because a lot of my friends, people I used to work with, I guess, they all liked this particular thing and I didn't. It wasn't even that I felt left out. It was more just because I just don't like a thing. It's not that big of a deal. But people make it a big deal because you don't agree with them. So automatically something has to be wrong with you. Keep in mind, I don't actually think that. There's nothing wrong with anyone if they don't agree with someone. Another issue is that when expressing your opinion, or when expressing my opinion, I'm always worried about offending someone because I don't agree with them on something. But a lot of the time, it's with people who I know won't really get offended because I don't like something. But even so, I just feel bad just in case, because I don't know how important these activities that I don't like are to someone else. So that's like my biggest fear. Even simply saying I don't like it makes me feel bad. Potentially, this random spurt of guilt can be from A, not wanting to offend someone, B, not wanting to be judged by the person who you just offended or who you think that you offended, or C, everyone's favorite choice, both. This is just me rambling, but the whole entire point of this video is that people have to learn when to say, this is your opinion, this is mine. They might be different, they might be the same. I'm going to respect what you say so we can just move on. Guilt that I do feel on a day-to-day basis sometimes will stem from, lack of self-confidence about an opinion, which is ridiculous. Everyone should be able to be confident in their opinion, whether it's in a book that they like, a book that they don't like, a movie that they're in love with, and an actor that they think is brilliant but their best friend hates. Everyone should be confident in their opinion, but when everyone else is sitting there like, you don't like this thing that I like, there must be something wrong with you, it's kind of hard to be confident. Which is where my issue comes from. And plenty of people do have the audacity to tell you that your opinion or thoughts and ideas are invalid just because they disagree and they have a different perspective than you do. Which I think is ridiculous. 50 Shades of Ridiculous. All 50 Shades. So if you've made it this far into this rambling video, I thank you, and the main point of this video, the main goal that I hope to achieve is that if anyone feels this way, if someone says something to you that makes you feel bad for not agreeing with them, just do your best and try not to let it get to you. And it sounds really cheesy, but you like the things that you like because they're a part of you. And it's really sad when someone makes you change yourself because you don't fit their idea of what is right to them. This is a very long rant. I'm sorry about that. So I have to go to work now. So I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Again, if you're new, I didn't say this at the beginning. If you're new, my name is Stephanie. Sometimes I make covers, sometimes I talk about books, and this week I obviously did none of that. So I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye guys.